Okay, so day 4, meal 1 doesn't look that appealing, does it? So I basically did a scramble. So there are sweet potatoes that I actually roasted yesterday night. It was like one small one, so I'm gonna count that for about 3 points. I scrambled 2 eggs with a little bit of egg whites, and then I actually did some, let me see if I can, yeah, these peppers were actually just frozen peppers that I threw in, and then I did some mushrooms. That's 0. My favorite sauerkraut, I left it out. This is my favorite sauerkraut. It's just really, it's inexpensive. There's a lot in there and it tastes really good. And then I'm gonna do about 2 points of avocado, and that has some bagel seasoning. Actually, I made my own everything but the bagel seasoning because I ran out and I don't have a Trader Joe's near me. So if I can remember where I got that recipe, I will link that below, because I actually just kept my container, and then I thought you'd be able to see in there, I made my own seasoning, and I thought that was kind of cool, but could also be a hack for people who don't have Trader Joe's. So I'm gonna have that with water right now. So this is my coffee. This is my favorite coffee mug. It has some authors on it from Barnes & Noble a million years ago. I put this kind of coffee in, decaf, house blend, K-cups. They're really good, and I can drink it without cream or anything like that. I did put a teaspoon of coconut oil in, which is going to be 2 points, I think. I haven't put that in the thing yet. And then I'm using this collagen powder now instead of Vital Proteins. I just wanted to try it because this is more readily available to me. I don't like this taste as much. It's a little bit stronger, but it's good because I just have access to it. But I'll probably go back to Vital Proteins next. I'm not really sure why it looks like this. I think maybe because I put oil in, that the collagen is not mixing properly, but I don't really care. I'm gonna drink it like this anyway. It tastes fine. And I added a little cinnamon, so it's about a 1 or 2 point cup of coffee. I'll specify below when I actually track the coconut oil. This is my quick snack. I need to go run some errands. I'm gonna go to Target and Natural Grocers. So for my snack, I'm gonna have, it's about a 1/4 teaspoon of chia seeds, which is 0 points, and a 1/2 tablespoon of almond butter. Banana, obviously 0 points. So this leaves me at, I think, 8 points for the day that I've used so far. And this isn't maybe the most ideal snack on Whole30, because we'd want a little more protein, I think, in here with the fat. But to be honest, I'm feeling the irritability of day 4, and I just want to go run my errands and not think about this snack. So that's Hey, so I'm just starting this video midday. I actually have today off. I haven't showered yet, if you can't tell. And I just wanted to kind of start talking. I didn't want to film myself earlier. I actually look so tired right now still. I got to sleep way in. I went to bed at like 9:45 last night, and I didn't get up until almost 9 a.m. this morning. I did wake up a couple times in the night. I have a lot of trouble sleeping. I think I've mentioned that before. So, as you heard at the beginning of the video, that when I was doing what I ate for breakfast, I started a Whole30. I'm on day 4, and my reasoning was that I was feeling like crappy, bloated, really tired all the time, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try it. I've read a lot about Whole30 for years now, and I just felt like I was ready for it. It is a little bit, I know a lot of people are hesitant to start it because it's not extreme, but it's just, there's a lot of very particular, this piece of hair is driving me crazy. Bear with me, okay, people. There's a lot of very particular things that you can and can't consume in these 30 days. The biggest thing I keep reminding myself is it's only 30 days plus your reintroduction period. A lot of people don't like or don't approve of Whole30 because they feel like it's too extreme. It doesn't teach you how to diet. It's only 30 days, so like, what's the point? And you hear a lot of criticism, and I think if people actually read a lot of the literature, you would start to realize what it actually is, because it's not really meant for weight loss. Weight loss is just typically a side effect, I guess. I'm just not jiving with Freestyle right now, and I think I just needed something else. I'm evaluating whether I even want to stay doing Weight Watchers Freestyle, because while I love tracking and all of that, I'm not losing any weight. I haven't lost weight. I've gone up and down. As of right now, I'm like down a pound from when I started in December, and I'm not doing anything differently than I was before. So I feel frustrated, and so I'm trying to focus on other things. So the one thing I will say about Whole30, last week I had to buy a bunch of extra stuff. I had to buy some coconut aminos, which I will address in a second. I bought a salad dressing from Tessie Mae's. I bought a compliant ketchup from Tessie Mae's, and I bought a Primal Kitchen mayo, but like just between those it was probably about $20 to $25. So last week I spent probably about $60 more than I normally spend. Typically for me, myself, I spend probably about $85 a week on groceries. I know that sounds a lot, but I don't eat out really at all, maybe once a week. So literally all 3 meals plus any snack that I have is all coming from that $85. So I don't really feel like it's that much because I also do buy like organic stuff. So I did spend $60 more last week, which felt like a lot, and I'm struggling with that a little bit because I could stop buying organic stuff and buy cheaper stuff, but I feel like that's not really the direction I'm trying to go anyway. I don't buy everything organic, but I do buy a lot of my stuff organic. And so I am starting to kind of like evaluate whether this program is like kind of elitist in terms of the financial part. Hello, Toby. Because a normal person with like, if you were a single person or if you had kids or whatever and you had to be on a super budget, I don't know that you would be able to do this if you were also trying to eat like organic. I don't think next week I'm gonna have to spend as much, but also I started to have a lot of anxiety because there's like a fuzz in here. Last night I started to have a lot of anxiety because it was Wednesday night, and I typically grocery shop. I do natural groceries on Fridays and regular groceries on Sunday. And I started to feel already that I'm running out of food. So I started to like feel really stressed, and I'm like, I'm trying to watch how I spend my money. I'm trying, since the beginning of January, I'm just trying to be way more mindful of where I'm putting my money in terms of like cosmetics. I'm still buying like fun stuff, but because I'm watching and I'm tracking what I'm spending and I pass up things, even sales, it drove me crazy. Last week I wanted to buy a pair of jeans from Old Navy and I had a coupon for $30 off of $75. No. So I had 3 things. I'm sorry if it's gonna shake. Toby is walking over here. I had 3 things in my cart. It was $79, and I was like, I'm gonna get this for $49. And I made myself just like, I don't actually need any of those things, so I didn't buy it. And I've been really trying to do that because I feel like I'm not like really on a budget in terms of my life. I hate wasting money, so I'm very conscious of what I spend. But now I'm like spending more money on groceries, and that has brought me a little bit of anxiety. And I know like, okay, well, this is only 30 days, but I mean, if you want to continue eating similarly, it is going to be, you obviously have a little more freedom after you go off of Whole30. You could eat things that have like sugar in the ingredients if you want and whatever. But I'm feeling a lot of anxiety about that. So this brings me to today. I read randomly that you could have chia seeds, and I was like, oh, that's awesome actually, because you're supposed to consume like seeds with just like minimally, so you're not going to be eating seeds all the time. But I was like, I have a bunch of chia seeds, cool that I can add it. I just had that snack of a banana, almond butter, and chia seeds. So I googled chia seeds Whole30, and it gave me a whole list. And I don't know what the heck I was thinking last week, but I bought Bragg's liquid aminos thinking for some reason that it was coconut aminos. I have no idea, again, like what I was thinking. I have consumed liquid aminos now 2 or 3 times, and that's made from soy, and I'm not supposed to be consuming soy. So I'm technically on day 4, but also technically this should probably be day 1 again for me because I need to be eliminating soy. And I felt so irritated, and I'm already feeling really irritable today just because now I feel really frustrated that I have to do 3 days over again. And I certainly don't have to because nobody's telling me what to do, but I think like in my heart I know that I should if I want to evaluate soy properly. But also I'm kind of bummed because I've been filling out that Whole30 day by day, and I've been journaling, and now my like days are going to be off, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to keep going. I have a 5-day weekend this weekend. This is day 1. So I think I'm just going to count this as day 1 again and just like go forward from here. I'm going to go run to Natural Grocers and see if I can get coconut aminos. Otherwise I'll have to order them online, which I feel irritated about because it's more money I have to spend. So I've been feeling really awesome though. I will say that, like, I can tell that, like, you don't weigh yourself at all. You don't measure, you don't do anything. But I can already tell that my body feels like it's properly functioning. My digestion has been good. I've been feeling like much leaner. I haven't been feeling bloated, and that was something like the whole week prior to starting Whole30. I was feeling bloated every single day, and I have no idea why. I was like not eating any like cruciferous vegetables. I don't know what it was. So something is irritating me, and I'm looking forward to feeling so much better. And I feel, when I first started Weight Watchers, this is gonna be kind of a long video, but when I first started Weight Watchers, I felt really anxious for a little while, and it was because I had to sit and think about my food. Every time I was eating, I had to be like, how many points is this, whatever. Anytime you change anything with your food where you're having to be conscious, where you maybe weren't prior, is stressful. And so I'm trying to like lean into that and remember that that didn't last for a long time. And I'm feeling the same exact way. When I first started Weight Watchers, I felt so good. Like in my body, I felt so good. Not just like, oh yes, I'm losing weight. And I feel that same way. So I know that this is giving me a push in the right direction. And I have a feeling that with Weight Watchers and Freestyle, I just wasn't jiving. And I will say I have been tracking, which is technically not Whole30. Like, you're not supposed to track, but I am. I feel like it's fine. And some of it is just like out of curiosity. And I have gone over points every single day, but I've only gone over like 3 points every single day. So I have those weeklies in place. And because of that, like, because I'm not having like added sugars and treats or anything like that, I don't really need to like rely on those at all, but I will be using them. When you cut out things like rice and bread from your diet, you have a lot more room for things like nuts and fats in general. I went to Five Guys last night and I got a bunless burger with onion, tomato, green pepper. I can't remember what else was on it. And then when I got home, I put on mustard, ketchup, and Primal Kitchen mayo, and it was so good. And I just ate that with like roasted squash on the side, and it was bomb. And so I was able to actually like go out to eat. There's a few places, and if I kind of start doing what I eat in a days every week, I can show you when I go out to eat. So this was really long. I feel better like getting this all off my chest. I'll try to keep the rest of the day a little bit shorter, just so it's not such a long video for everybody. Thank you for listening to me ramble, and I will talk to you at my next meal. So I'll show you guys quickly what I got. I spent a lot of money. At my local co-op, I got some coconut butters, some yams, tiny delicata squash. They're like really like little guys, not that potato. And then I got this organic canned chicken and this coconut aminos. So I got that. That's fine. Target, this was like $20 between all of this stuff. So that's too much probably. So then at Target, I got these. These were on sale, 2 for $6. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. I got one frozen veggie mix that I can actually have. They were out of a ton of stuff, which was super frustrating. Frozen pineapple chunks. That's just like kind of a good snack. I got some flushable wipes, some broccoli. I got 2 things of these. These are definitely like convenience foods, but I'm going to use these over the weekend, but they're like $5 a piece, so that was kind of dumb. This stuff, I love this stuff. Again, this is also $3.99, and I kind of wish I would have thought through that purchase a little more. And I got this coconut oil, actually. It's spray coconut oil, and it doesn't have a propellant, which is super, super hard to find if you've ever looked for that. Underwear, and then I got some cotton rounds. And but like all of this stuff was like $70, and I still went to Natural Grocers. This is what I got at Natural Grocers for $50. It seems kind of insane to me actually that I even spent $50 on all of this, but I got 3 baby bok choy. I love those for stir fry, and this was $2.50 total. I got a bunch of organic eggs. I'm going to rely on that for a lot of protein because these are only $3.99 for organic and local eggs. Almonds, obviously this will last me longer. This was $4.99, and almonds have been a huge help at work. I got more of my favorite sauerkraut just because I know I'll need it. Egg whites. This is the tuna that I bought, the Natural Grocers skipjack tuna. It's really, really good, and there's no salt added. This was kind of more of a splurge, these Bonafide bone broths, but they're on sale for the next 3 days for $4.99, usually $8.89. So I'm going to actually throw them in the freezer and just use these. So this was $10 total. And then I got a yam. So overall, I'm spending way too much money. I feel so anxious about spending this much money today. So I think next week the goal is going to be less convenience foods, which kind of sucks because I really do rely on convenience health foods just to make things easier, obviously. So stuff like pre-made guacamole, I'm probably not going to ever make my own guacamole on a regular basis. Bone broths, things like that. But seriously, today I spent like, how much is that? Like $120. Obviously I also had a hand soap from Target that I forgot. It's right there. That I forgot to mention. So between like that stuff at Target, that was probably like 8, 15. Yeah. So I probably spent like $20 at Target. So let's see. 80. So I probably spent $100 today. My camera cut off and I'm feeling so irritable and anxious today. So I'm going to have to just try to reevaluate that a little bit. And if anybody has any tips, because I'm clearly struggling today, if anybody has any tips for me or things that they've done with Whole30 and stuff like that that they think would help me, please leave them below. I would really, really, really appreciate it. So okay. It's almost 5 o'clock and I'm just getting around to eating lunch right now. That banana, like with almond butter, held me over so much. So I had the Simply Balanced turkey burgers. That's 3 points. The this stuff, Good Foods pineapple guacamole. It's so good. You just go through it really quickly. 2 tablespoons for 1 point. Spinach, and I have about 1 tablespoon of this Tessie Mae's creamy ranch. It's really, really good, but because of the oil in it is higher points. So this 1 tablespoon is 3 points of this dressing. So the total for this meal is 7 points, and I'm gonna have some of this fruit on the side that I just need to eat up. My parents bought this for me last weekend and I haven't finished it yet. So that is lunch. So I'm eating kind of a weird dinner today because it is almost 8 o'clock and I just need to eat something before it gets too late. I did 2 eggs, sauerkraut, and I did this like baked purple yam. I usually wouldn't do potatoes in 2 meals, but I am today. And I had about 1 tablespoon of this organic Tessie Mae's ketchup. It doesn't taste like ketchup, but it tastes kind of like vinegary ketchup. I don't know how to describe it, but it's actually quite good. And so that's 1 point for 1 tablespoon, and then I'm counting this yam as 3 points because it's about the same size as my 3-point potatoes, but I don't actually know. I can't find. It's the worst part about Weight Watchers tracker is sometimes it's hard to find the exact thing you're eating. So this is a 4-point meal. I'm at 19 points for the day, and I have about 4 points left. So we'll see if I'm going to snack, but I probably won't. To be honest, this is a pretty like hearty meal, and it's kind of late. And I'm gonna have it with the LaCroix La Cola because it's my favorite. Something I do super often in the evening is lay on the floor and look at like social media and stuff. And as I was laying here, I realized that I'm not gonna eat again, so that is the end of my video. I feel like it was a really weird video today because I definitely had anxiety, and I think it's pretty obvious. Plus I said the word anxious about 1 million times. I have to apologize. I keep filming things. I film on my phone and I keep filming them wrong, and I don't know why I do that. I think it's because I post on Instagram stories, and that's why, or that's how you film on Instagram stories. So I think I get used to that, but I feel dumb
every time I do it, but I just want to post like real videos, and so that's what today is. It was day 1 of Whole30, and it actually was really good. I'm full. I have technically 4 points left for the day, which is super weird, but I just wasn't that hungry today, and I think that that's because it was meant to be day 4 of Whole30, and I think some of those like extra snacky cravings are gone for me. Famous last words, maybe, I'm not sure, but I thought I was even gonna have a kombucha tonight, and I don't feel like it. It's like 9 o'clock now, and I'm just laying here next to my pile of books. But if anybody has any tips or meals or inexpensive, grocery hacks or just inexpensive meals that they've used on Whole30, I would super appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for watching and for always giving me the nicest comments. I get some of the best comments, and that means a lot to me. So I'm also considering, while I'm doing Whole30, I don't usually like to do what I ate in a day's every week because I don't want that to be my only content I put up, but I'm considering doing one each week of Whole30. Like, this would be week 1, next week would be week 2, whatever. I think I might do that actually, because I think it might be helpful for other people while I'm kind of traversing this, that maybe it would help someone else. So you will probably see more of what I'm eating, and I will hopefully not be as like thrown off each week. So with that being said, thank you again for watching, and I will talk to you later.